and Liberal Party MPs, 20 of them have already signed a letter, and there are reports in the Canadian media, and Terry Milivsky, who joins us on the broadcast, and Jagmeet Singh, who joins us on the broadcast, can tell us more. Apparently, there are 20 more MPs waiting in the wings in Ottawa and in Montreal who are out to write a letter against Justin Trudeau. But I want to bring in our journalist friend from Canada, Jagvinder Singh, joining us for more. Jagvinder, what can you tell us? What kind of evidence has Canada shared with India, if at all?
First of all, this is Rajinder Saini. I am Chief Editor of Pravasi Media Group and joining you guys from
Rajinder
Toronto.
Saini ji, go on. Yes, go on.
So what's your question, please?
Yes, Mr. Saini.
Hello.
What kind of evidence, if any, has Canada shared with India?
I can't hear.
Okay, give me a moment. We'll try and reestablish that link with Mr. Saini, but I want to bring in Terry Milivsky in this conversation. Terry, if you can hear me, sir, has Canada shared any evidence whatsoever with India? What do you make of Canada going after top Indian diplomats, saying that they are persons of interest as far as RCMP investigations are concerned, sir?
Well, there's no question that this has been a rolling blunder by the Canadian authorities in first having the Prime Minister's department say these credible allegations exist, providing no evidence in public, not even the vaguest idea of what the evidence is, which eroded his own ability. That was a year ago. Now facing inevitable defeat, as it seems, in the next election, probably next year. It seems, according to the Indian side anyway, that he's worsened the problem by now accusing, also without providing evidence, Indian diplomats of participation in the alleged murder for hire scheme, which previously was alleged to have involved organized crime. In other words, the evidence, such as it is, provided by Canada, has been skimpy at best. I can't answer with certainty that they have provided no evidence at all to India. I find that most unlikely, particularly since a good deal of evidence is public. I'm referring to the American allegations, the U.S. Department of Justice indictment leveled against Nikhil Gupta for allegedly hiring organized criminals to go out and kill as part of the same plot as the one against the assassination of Gurpatwant Singh Panoon, the leader of Sikhs for Justice. What I'm saying to you is that the evidence is out there, and India, by the way, has said that we take that very seriously. That is the U.S. indictment, which does not point its finger. It's not Trudeau. It does not point its finger. It says the Indian government is an employee of the Indian government. Whereas the Canadian Trudeau got up and made a speech about how unacceptable this was. So the short answer is I do not believe that Canada has given no evidence to the Indian side. It's the Indians who are saying that it's hard to believe, particularly since so much convincing evidence, wiretaps, texts, everything has been made public by the U.S. Department. And don't kid yourselves. This is the same plot. There is abundant evidence on the table about this plot. India doesn't need to wait to give it to them. So I acknowledge that he has bungled handling of this matter. I think everyone does. But as for no evidence, I won't join you there. Sorry.
Fair enough. Let me bring in Abhijit Iyer Mitra also joining us on this broadcast. And Abhijit Iyer Mitra has been tracking developments on the story very, very closely. He's a prominent think tanker, senior fellow who joins us on the show. Abhijit, if Government of India has any evidence, the way the Canadian government leaks like a sieve, some of it would have been put out in public domain by the Justin Trudeau government. The fact that they're claiming they've shared evidence and yet not put out anything in public domain, does this indicate that this is just a political tool in the hands of a very desperate Justin Trudeau?
Look, Justin Trudeau's a pyromaniac, right? He'll set fire to anything in order to save his own seat. That said, let's just examine the evidence out here. Why is our response to America so different from Canada? America said what it had to say publicly. They didn't hide it. They put it in a charge sheet, which we've all seen. It's been doing the rounds on Twitter and WhatsApp and whatnot. It's been acted on. There's, in fact, a delegation that's either going to America or has already left for America, investigating it right now. What's the difference with Canada? Well, it may be the same investigation, but the evidence is not the same. These are two different, one is an attempted murder, the other is a murder. It may be part of the same thing, but you can't just combine these plots all up together.
Okay.
The problem that we're facing again is, even if you heard Stuart Wheeler's statement, he started off saying evidence. He ended up that statement. If you play it again, you will see he ends up again saying allegations, right? And herein lies the problem. I think what is much more important today is the strength of the statement that's come out, that's all but declared Canada an official state sponsor of terrorism against India. It's literally done that. There's no more, other than the legal actions now to follow it up on sanctioning Canadian businesses or seizing Canadian investment, their pension fund investments in India. There's very little left to actually add to that.